Guys, I have been looking forever for this thing. Okay, does anybody remember a cassette tape that like had sound cards with it in the 90s? Like, you'd have a sheet of cards and it would have just as an example, like a vowel letter, like the A, E, I, O, U, and um there was the cassette tape was specifically named Sound Mountain. Does anybody remember this? Or am I going crazy? I'm trying to look on, like, Hooked on Phonics. I'm trying to look, Reading Rainbow. Can't find anything. My Aunt Kathy gave it to me when I was a kid, and it's driving me nuts. I don't know why it's driving me nuts, but I remember it. And in one of the stories, I think it was my favorite because I remember it the most, was the vowels, because they had to run through woods. Well, the cassette tape, had a story to it, and it was running through the woods or something, and they had to go over the hills, but there was something blocking them, like natives or something, and to get past the natives, you had to grab your card out of, like, the stack of card piles or whatever, like the sound card, and it would, like, go into, like, this rap or something, and it was like A B. It's like crazy, but I've not been able to find it, and it's driving me nuts. And, like, I kind of want to revisit the story because I'm having, like, super nostalgic kind of times right now, and that was one of the one things that I remember as a kid, was just that Sound Mountain tape, because I played that over and over and over again as a kid because I liked the story. I mean, it was great. It had a cat named Midnight in it, and at the very end it was sitting on the white fence or whatever. I don't know, but so that's where I'm at right now. If anybody remembers something called Sound Mountain, please let me know. Or maybe I'm just saying it wrong. Maybe that was just, I don't know, the name of the episode or the, chapter or whatever, but good God, I'm tired as all get out. It's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure. Let me check. Hold on. It's not 2 o'clock. I know. Well, it's 12:23 in the morning, and I got work tomorrow, and I am, like, going nuts about this thing. I remember it. Guys, I remember this. It's crazy. And I know I'm, like, all over the place over here, but I'm just, like, freaking out because I'm like, I remember this. I just don't remember who put it out. And, I'd get these, like, tapes from my aunt, like, years and years ago, and you're probably wondering, well, why don't you ask your aunt? Well, my aunt's passed away, so she kind of took all that to the grave with her. Nobody knows. And, like, I haven't brought it up with my mom. I'm like, do you remember Sound Mountain? She's like, yeah, you played that all the time. And I went to see if I could find it online, and no dice. Nothing. So I'm just laying here, just, like, totally freaking out if this is, like, a creepypasta thing, because I remember, like, listening to it all the time. My mom would put it in, like, the cassette player in the car all the time, and I'd listen to it without the flashcards, and, it was like, oh my God, this is, like, creepy. This is a creepypasta. If anybody wants to make a creepypasta about this cassette tape, please do, because it was full of action, it was full of adventure, and you know what, it scared me sometimes. I mean, the story, they made it sound like they were in super peril. I wonder if it's like a vintage cassette tape. I don't know. You know what, after this video I'm gonna have to seriously buckle down and look. Oh my god, I am like going crazy at almost 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. Like over a freaking cassette tape was like played in the 90s. Although it was probably released maybe in the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure. But I'm trying to find out more information on it, and I can't find nothing. Guys, I can't find a thing. And I'm trying to rack my brain, trying to remember everything. I remember holding the sound cards in my bedroom when I lived back in North Kingstown in Rhode Island, and I had these cards, and it would like have different like things on it, like and, the, me, her, him, like on one card or whatever, or like bird, dog, and the characters on the cassette tape would like say them, and you would have to like repeat like either after them, or you would have to like talk with them and have the cards present with you so you can like point out what's what. Oh gosh. This is like the I Am Sam videos that I used to watch as a kid, and now I just like laugh incredibly hard when I went to YouTube, right? This channel, well, not this channel, but like this site, and I had a super nostalgic moment, and I went to find I Am Sam, and there's only like snippets of it, but you should really watch it. It's funny. I used to watch that as a kid. I think that one for sure was Reading Rainbow. I'm pretty sure. But they had like this video VHS tape that you put in your VHS player. God, I feel so old saying that. Yeah, VHS player, and I just put it right in. I never broke them. I mean, if I was a child now, oh my god, I'd be breaking like all of my DVDs just because I was a kid, you know? I had other plans with it, maybe thinking as throwing disc, and I remember as a kid I used to stuff peanut butter and jelly sandwiches like in the VHS player to hide my sandwich because I didn't like peanut butter, I guess, or the jelly was too bitter or something and I didn't want to eat it, so I wanted to hide it, and I put it in there. Mom had to go fishing out fish out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm sorry, Mom, I love you, and that was just incredible. I only got 2 minutes left on this video, so I'm gonna cut it short now, but yeah, if anybody remembers anything called Sound Mountain, it's a cassette tape, a vintage cassette tape, and it had cards that went with it, like vowel cards or something, and it was like front and back, so you'd have to like flip it double-sided. Let me know in the comments below if you find anything, or if you know about it or heard about it, or maybe I'm looking at something wrong. If you know what it is, leave it down below in a comment so I can see it, because this is driving me crazy. Alright guys, love you and good night.